You're watching News Channel 11 in your corner at 11.
There's a tornado out here.
Get in that corner. Get in the bathroom. We gotta go.
Tonight at 11, severe weather outbreak. Extreme summer storms cause excessive damage across the Tri-Cities region.
We'll take you to the hardest hit areas and let you know if the worst is over. You're watching News Channel 11 at 11. I'm Sarah Diamond.
And I'm Josh Smith. Wicked summer storms produced possible tornadoes across the Tri-Cities and parts of the region today.
And the News Channel 11 storm team warned you of the threat earlier in the week. And today, our meteorologists have been in your corner bringing you the information that you need to keep you safe. And here's why the storm team has been broadcasting throughout the evening. Take a look at video from across our region.
We're talking damage reports ranging from a destroyed home in Sullivan County, several destroyed homes in Sullivan County, to downed trees all around the Tri-Cities area. We're in your corner tonight with complete severe weather outbreak coverage.
Yeah, members of the News Channel 11 team have been out all evening. We have team coverage of this outbreak, but our first order of business going right to meteorologist Mark Reynolds.
Hey, Mark, we know that you have the answers when it comes to the storm that passed. I know you're still dealing with some storms right now, right?
That's right. We're still dealing with active severe weather. I do want to point out that tornado watch still in effect until 2 o'clock in the morning. We're still under the gun here, still watching shower and thunderstorm activity. And yes, a lot of these are still severe. Take a look all the way north of Knoxville, stretching through much of northeast Tennessee. A new severe thunderstorm warning has now been issued, including the Tri-City metropolitan area down through Unicoi and Carter County, Washington County, Sullivan County, as well as Greene and Hawkins and Hancock County. This a severe thunderstorm warning now in effect until 11:45. Take a look at Viper radar. Still lit up here, quite a bit of lightning. We continue to monitor these storms. They do have a potential of producing damaging thunderstorm winds. Still that possibility of hail and definitely some heavy rainfall, vivid cloud ground lightning. Take a look at that from Rogersville, stretching all the way back to Middlesboro. There's our lightning detection system. These storms kind of working towards the east and slowly southeast, and that's that line of shower and thunderstorm activity we're now watching as we zoom in. Kingsport, Churchill, Seguinsville, Bayleton, all of you under the gun with the active weather, and that's now continuing, unfortunately, right over the area where we had the damage from the I-81-26 corridor stretching down into parts of Washington County, down along the Highway 36 area. But definitely be on the lookout. You're going to find some vivid cloud ground lightning, a possibility there's damaging winds as these storms continue to move right down over the Tri-City metropolitan area, and there are going to be a lot of lightning in association with that. Yes, we are also seeing some hail cores just to the west of Fall Branch and outside of Rogersville. New update here. We're seeing a possibility here of maybe nickel to dime size hail with those cells as they're moving into the Tri-Cities. And look at this line. It continues all the way back to the northwest of Knoxville. This whole line still pushing off towards the east and the southeast, and still pretty good hail core just northwest of the Morristown area, maybe quarter size hail with that. And again, we'll watch that line of storms and a lot of lightning moving south. We're not done with it yet. The reason we have the tornado watch till 2 o'clock in the morning, still watching more thunderstorm activity to our northwest. We're definitely going to be right here with you, keep you updated throughout the night as that severe weather threat will continue. A lot of you connecting with Facebook and social media, and a lot of pictures and video coming in. You guys, I'm sure, are going to show us more about that, Josh and Sarah.
Just fantastic work from Mark and Brian all day long. Hey, when conditions turn extreme, we go on air, but you can track our weather radar 24 hours a day. Log on to WJHL.com. Click weather for Storm Team 11 interactive radar.
Yeah, and while you're there, you can also sign up for Storm Team 11 severe weather alerts.
Well, property and home damage reports stretch across southwest Virginia all the way to northeast Tennessee, really as far as the mountains of western North Carolina.
That's true. The National Weather Service is investigating tornado damage reports in Hawkins, Washington, and Sullivan counties. The worst of the damage from what appears to be a tornado is centered in parts of Washington County and the Rock Springs community in Sullivan County, where the emergency management director there told us tonight 20 homes were damaged. As many as 5 had significant damage. News Channel 11's Jordan Miller has been investigating the damage in the Rock Springs area, and she continues our team coverage where the storm left a family homeless.
There's a tornado out
Get in
here.
that corner. Get in the bathroom. We gotta go.
This video sent in to us by a viewer shows the tornado moving swiftly through the Rock Springs Road area in Kingsport. And in the blink of an eye, that tornado left this home in pieces.
My house is completely gone, as you can see, so I have to make other arrangements and stuff.
Leslie Kendrick has lived here for 6 years with her boyfriend and 2 children. She says none of them were inside the home during the twister, but the first thing she went looking for when she pulled into the driveway was her dog.
It was, I ran to the house screaming, and I looked, and he was gone. He wasn't, I couldn't find him anywhere. And then about 10 minutes later, he came running out of the house.
It's a tearjerker.
It was difficult for homeowner J.J. Barrett to talk about the destruction. He says he's just thankful nobody was hurt.
Praise the Lord that nobody was at home.
As friends and family helped Kendrick salvage what they could, she says right now it's all about putting one foot in front of the other.
But I know that everything will work out, and just prayers are appreciated.
Jordan Moore reporting from Rock Springs. More damage to show you tonight. Here's video from Wiltshire Drive in the Boones Creek community of Washington County, Tennessee.
After the storm passed, homeowners got a look at the damage there. News Channel 11's Anissa Homore continues our team coverage. She spoke with people who live in that neighborhood who described the storm as coming fast and furious.
And Anissa joins us live from Wiltshire Drive. Anissa, what's up?
Josh, Sarah, almost every house on this street was damaged in some way from tonight's storm, or by tonight's storm. But the people I spoke with who live here say they really didn't think it was that serious until they heard the wind start to pick up.
I looked up in the trees, I just saw like leaves, a lot of leaves, like a funnel cloud. I've never seen anything like that at all in my entire life.
You seen the trees start to go in circles. And at that point, we really took off running towards the basement.
Folks who live on Wiltshire Drive are still reeling from the severe weather that carved a path through their neighborhood.
In a split second, the winds picked up from 0 mile an hour to I don't know how fast.
I saw the whole camper like just go in the air, and I was like, wow. And it went in the air, it went over a couple of trees, and it landed right on the truck.
Debris litters this yard, proof of the destructive force of the storm. Across the street, Keith Malone is thankful it wasn't worse.
We've got some structural damage that, we've got to try to get taken care of. But, I still count my blessings. This is all fixable. Life is not. And so I just thank the Lord for that.
Washington County Sheriff's deputies tell me no one was hurt in this storm. Even so, Malone says what happened Sunday evening taught his family an important lesson.
Heed the warnings. We got the warnings on our phones. And, we was just paying attention to what we thought was safe. And trust me, you need to listen to those warnings.
His neighbors agree.
Like at first I was going to move my car, but next time I think everybody should just take it way more serious.
Again, so important to stay up to date with the weather conditions and listen to those watches and warnings. Another thing to keep in mind, Washington County Sheriff's deputies told me earlier, they really ask people to stay away from the areas with the most damage while homeowners and property owners are trying to clean up. It's only natural to be curious, but they say that a lot of people in and out of those areas can really hinder the cleanup efforts. Live in Johnson City, Anissa Homore, News Channel 11, in your corner. Back to you.
Anissa Homore in the Boones Creek area on Wiltshire Road. Thank you, Anissa.
Well, more damage. This is Gray, and this is a scene on Gentry Hamilton Road where a barn once stood. The powerful storm leveled it. The storm also ripped the roof off a house nearby, also on Gentry Hamilton Road. Washington County, Tennessee Emergency Management Director Ness Lavach told News Channel 11 tonight, amazingly at this time, no injuries are being reported because of all this severe weather.
More scenes from Gray. The storm sliced through power lines and trees. Power crews responded quickly to begin work on debris removal. The Washington County Sheriff's Office told us damage shut down the roadway on Liberty Church Road at Spurgeon Lane and other portions of Liberty Church Road. And the Gray community, again, one of the hardest hit areas in our region tonight.
Yeah, that's right. It does appear that right where Gray and all the way over to Interstate 26, where it meets 81, that does appear to be kind of the epicenter tonight. But you're right, Gray is a lot of cleanup for a long while.
That's true. A lot of homes still without power. Appalachian Power has over 3,500 customers right now in the Southwest Virginia, the Abingdon area, and Damascus. Those people, about 3,500 customers, they're reporting without power. Now, if you look on their website, they say there are no outages, but there is, in fact, some outages there, so just be aware of that.
Well, that's for sure something we're going to keep tracking. Now, the National Weather Service is going to be very busy. They've not yet gotten out to be able to confirm that a tornado touched down in the area.
That's true. So we sent meteorologist Brian Walter to investigate some of the damage. So, Brian, what does it look like that caused this damage?
Hey, Josh and Sarah, good evening to everyone at home. Well, the storms are picking up here once again in the Gray area. We're seeing some heavy rain, some thunder, lightning once again. But driving in tonight, it's a little tough to see exactly what the damage is. Definitely down power lines, Highway 36 on my way here to Gray. But it looks like at least a tree behind me is hit by a lightning strike, I think. It's just one tree that's fell over. But the real trick here is going to be figuring out, again, like you guys mentioned, whether this is from a tornado or something we call straight line winds. And that's something that's really up to the National Weather Service. They'll do surveys in the morning hours once the sun comes up and the light is out. And really these storms around here, they can get up in the air, survey the damage. And if we see trees generally falling in the same direction, that means it's going to be a straight line wind damage, something we might see from an outflow boundary. But if we see trees all sort of wrapped up in each other, hanging in different directions, branches all over the place, sort of a chaotic damage scene, that's something we might think because of a tornado, because of the swirling winds. So right now it's a little bit too early to tell, I think, just because of the limited damage that I was able to see because of the darkness and just because of where I was heading. But definitely we're going to stay tuned for the Weather Service reports in the morning hours, and they'll be up bright and early to get the surveys done, and we'll pass along any latest reports from that. Live in Johnson City, Brian Walter, News Channel 11. In your corner, Josh and Sarah will send things back to you.
Interesting perspective. Thanks, Brian.
Well, more damage here from Washington County, Tennessee. This was from Free Hill Road, also in the Gray area, where a storm destroyed a large barn and ripped parts of roofs off several homes nearby. Fire, power, and police crews worked really hard to clear all the debris off the road just so cars could pass through. Homes that escaped damage will also be on cleanup duty tomorrow because the storm just littered an immense amount of debris onto their property.
More damage from the Gray area. Take a look at this home on Kitzmiller Road. Homeowners said they heard a loud rumble that they said sounded like a train. They told us they saw debris swirling in the air headed for the home. The storm also snapped trees there that blocked railroad tracks in that area.
As Sarah mentioned a moment ago, several thousand homes in the path of the storm are without power tonight. At one point, as many as 4,000 customers lost service, and that was just in the Johnson City Power Board district. By 10 p.m., JCPB had that number down to the 300 range, and that was thanks to the hard work of a lot of crews. But a spokesperson for the Johnson City Power Board said the remaining customers are going to have to be patient because crews are now having to repair the poles and the lines, and that does take a while. As we mentioned, Appalachian Power now is reporting about 3,500 homes and customers without power this evening, and that's in Washington County, Virginia.
Well, the other big story from the severe weather outbreak tonight, massive hail that fell across many cities in our region. Unbelievable photos that viewers submitted to us. This one's from Southwest Virginia, East Tennessee. They came from everywhere. The hail, some of it as big as a baseball. It damaged cars and homes. In Kingsport, the hail shattered car windows at the Aquatic Center. Viewers also sent News Channel 11 photos of damaged skylights and shattered windows on motorhomes. Look at how big that hail is. Hundreds of photos were uploaded to WJHL's Facebook page and sent to us on Twitter and WJHL.com. They were a huge help to the storm team, showing the viewers and the storm team what was happening in different communities around the area. Now, you can still send your photos to pics@WJHL or upload them to our Facebook page at WJHL.com/Facebook.
Well, all the emergency management agency teams we've been speaking with tonight agree it is absolutely true that there's one amazing thing about the severe weather outbreak. No injuries as of yet have been reported.
Amazing, and it's especially remarkable when you take a look at the photos that were captured by our viewers, like this one. Chief Meteorologist Mark Reynolds will join us after the break to let us know if we need to prepare for any more severe weather that caused damage like this earlier. You're watching our special severe weather outbreak coverage on News Channel 11 at 11.
Now, Storm Team 11 Chief Meteorologist Mark Reynolds.
All right, we're still under the gun here. Tornado watch still in effect until 2 o'clock in the morning. Good reason for that. Still watching more thunderstorms developing through Kentucky. And until the front moves through with the drier air, we run that risk of seeing more strong, possibly severe storms as well. And that's why that tornado watch is still in effect this evening. Along with that, look at these thunderstorm warnings still in effect, including pretty much all of East Tennessee with the exception of Johnson County. We're all really under the gun here at severe thunderstorm warning still in effect for another 15 to 16 minutes or thereabout. These warnings for the Tri-Cities until 11:45 this evening, and there is good reason for that. We're watching quite a line of thunderstorms, a lot of lightning with these, and you look at our lightning detection system, still over 500 strikes in the last 15 minutes alone. This activity is pushing off towards the east and the southeast. Still, the potential is there for some damaging thunderstorm winds. Along with that, locally heavy amounts of rainfall, and yes, here too we could find some possibilities of hail. Let me go back to the radar, because as we look at the hail parameters here, some of these storms, as we zoom right over the Tri-Cities, we've been watching that activity coming into Churchill and points towards the gray area. Unfortunately, right where we've already seen the bad weather today, and right over the gray area and back towards Piney Flats, Sulphur Springs, back into Greene County. We're still watching these showers and the embedded thunderstorms here going on. And take a look at some of the hail cores. This is live. Still watching some of the hail here back towards Morristown, and a very large hail core earlier. Look how that line extends all the way back north of Knoxville. The whole line is moving towards the east and the southeast. So that's one cluster of storms, a lot of lightning with those. And again, you see here as we zoom back towards Greene County, pretty good hail cores here just north of Morristown, also just southeast of St. Clair, and just along the I-81 corridor, pretty good hail core coming right towards maybe Sulphur Springs, parts of Washington County, as these storms will continue to migrate towards the east, southeast. And you notice to our north, West Virginia, Kentucky, still watching more thunderstorms, and that line right through here. But we are noticing some drier air. That's in the orange, and that dry air will continue to plunge southward, hopefully shutting the thunderstorm activity off by at least 2 o'clock in the morning, which would be good news for us. So that severe weather threat is still there. Tornado watch until 2 o'clock in the morning, and most of East Tennessee under severe thunderstorm warnings until 11:45. Right now, Tri-City Airport 69 with a thunderstorm, a west wind at 8 miles per hour. Check out your temperatures around the rest of the area. 72 in Jackson, 68 now in Boone, 69 Tri-Cities. All right, let me show you what happens. We're waiting on that cold front until the front moves through. Yes, we are holding on to that chance of these showers and thunderstorms, but as we go through the overnight early morning period, here comes the front taking that moisture, pushing it southward. Looks like a much better day for tomorrow. Maybe a very slight chance of a shower, some residual moisture in the form of cloud cover by the noon hour, and by late day, maybe a pop-up shower or two, thanks to a trough of low pressure. But I think our severe weather threat definitely will expire after the early morning period, so keep that in mind. And then we'll see this trough coming our way for Monday night, may kick off a few widely scattered showers for us, and I think we may hold on to some residual moisture into your Tuesday. All right, here's a look at our forecast. At tornado watch until 2 o'clock in the morning for the entire region. Showers and storms, especially through 2 to 3 o'clock. Some could be severe, damaging winds still a possibility, along with that hail and heavy rainfall, and quite a light show out there tonight. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, a stray shower or thunderstorm possible. Otherwise, our high near 80. Look at our next 7 days. Your temperature trend staying on the cooler side this week as we watch low pressure really dominate much of the east. 77 degrees, our forecast high on Tuesday. And you know, we've had several reported tornadoes. We've gotten video of confirmation, but the Weather Service, they're really the ones who are going to have to go out and do the survey. But I was up in off Eastern Star, pretty good damage path up there off of Mitchell Road up there.
Photos were amazing there.
Yeah, they were.
We've got some of this video here, Mark, and we'd like your perspective on it. What are we seeing here? This was some video that came in.
Yeah, we've gotten a lot of video like this. This is what we term as a rope tornado, similar to what we'd see in this area because of our mountainous terrain. Very thin funnel cloud from the ground all the way up, and that tornado actually touching the ground here. But that is a rope tornado moving very quickly. And we think that this might have actually started in Hawkins County, moved down over Rock Springs and Sullivan Gardens into the Eastern Star exit area, and right down the eastern side of I-26 towards the Appalachian Fairgrounds and Highway 75.
Jimmy Martin took this video. He told us he was at his house when he saw it.
We were at our house with the kids, and I noticed the clouds were starting to circle, so I started looking around the house to try and find if they would touch down, or a tornado would touch down. Towards the Eastern Star area, we noticed the funnel cloud starting to form, and it made contact to the ground, so I started videoing it with my phone. It was the first for me, and the kids were definitely frightened, but, you know, as long as everybody was okay, that's the main thing.
Now, Martin said he heard that telltale train sound.
A little bit of a roar here. And here's what's an interesting fact. Talking to the Weather Service tonight, there have only been 7 documented tornadoes in our region during the month of July.
Oh, wow.
since history began in terms of recording tornado history here. So very impressive, very unusual weather pattern. And thanks to all the people connecting on social media today. Numerous videos, helps us out. We can send those to the Weather Service. So when they're doing their investigation, and I'll be out there tomorrow morning, we can see what the damage is, whether it's straight line. We've had some tornadoes, but we'll be able to decipher tornado, straight line, or microburst damage.
They play really a big role in that investigation, don't they?
That's right.
Viewer photos.
Yes, indeed.
Amazing.
Thank you, Mark. You guys have been amazing today.
Yes. Well, like we said, viewers played a huge role in our severe weather outbreak coverage tonight. Unbelievable.
And thanks so much for being our eyes and ears on the streets in your community. Coming up, our team coverage of the severe weather outbreak continues with reports from our viewers.
Now, here are some more photos of the severe weather damage you sent us from across our region.
Well, when the storms tore across East Tennessee and Southwest Virginia tonight, our viewers jumped into action, helping us keep everyone aware of the rapidly changing weather.
Yes, and while Mark and Brian kept an eye on the radar, our viewers were out snapping photos of the skies, doing it safely. And after the storm passed, the damage left behind is unbelievable. Take a look at some photos from Nathan Merle of Anytime Fitness in Gray. You can see winds badly damaged the roof of the gym there, and it appears that just large chunks of the roof were blown away. The Miners Exchange Bank next door also damaged. Winds damaged the roof of the drive-through portion of that bank.
More damage pictures from Sullivan County. This is the Eastern Star and Mitchell Road area, and it is bad there tonight. Photos sent from our friends at Bare Bones Barbecue. You could see it appears a building was just blown apart in this storm. Debris scattered across the grass, an overturned vehicle. Look at those power lines. That's going to take a while to fix. The storm also snapped trees, knocking them over onto all those lines.
Here's another credible shot of the clouds as they begin to rotate over Sullivan and Washington counties and drop a funnel cloud out of the sky just before 6 o'clock this evening. We would love you to keep sending us your storm reports and your weather photos and videos to PIX at WJHL.com.
More viewer photos of our special weather outbreak coverage continues tonight on News Channel 11 at 11 o'clock. Stay with us. Continues to be a nerve-wracking night for a lot of people across the Tri-Cities region with these severe watches and warnings that just seem endless.
A lot of stuff going on, but after the storm passed, our viewers actually captured some scenes of the calm after the storm.
Oh, yeah.
So nice. A rainbow in the Camp Creek community and sunsets from all around the Johnson City area. Kind of a nice way to end the evening.
And we needed that. Mark,
Yeah.
we know now more storms are here, right?
That certainly is true. We have a new severe thunderstorm warning just being issued now for Carter, Greene, Unicoi, and Washington counties in Tennessee. A lot of the area is still under that severe thunderstorm warning, but this is until midnight tonight. And as we take you to our Viper radar, you can see why. We're still watching that line of showers and storms and heavy amounts of rain, a lot of vivid cloud-to-ground lightning with these, and some cloud-to-cloud lightning. So we continue to see these as they're streaming in from the northwest, moving off towards the east and the southeast. They extend all the way back north of Knoxville. More showers and storms coming at us in the northwest. So we're not done with that severe weather yet. It looks like it will be ending most likely around 1 to 2 o'clock in the morning as that line will continue to push off towards the east and the southeast. But by far the worst of the weather really right here over East Tennessee, where we're seeing quite a bit of lightning and thunder still going on. Quite a light show. Watch out for heavy rain. This threat continues. We'll be here covering it through the evening until the severe weather threat has ended. Back to you guys.
All right, thanks, Mark. And that's going to do it for our afternoon and evening of severe weather team coverage.
Yeah, we're going to continue, of course, on duty through the night, keeping you up to date on WJHL.com and through social media. And our crew will be live on the air officially at 4:30 in the morning.
Have a great night.